everyone's favorite segment is back. It's another one.
So Phelan, you ready to conspiracies?
Your favorite.
You know, I rewatched our Fateful Findings review. I'm like, man, I was really mean to Neil Breen in this video. I hate his stupid face. And if he gave us the courtesy of blurring out his fucking face for the whole thing. You know, we were kind of angry when we filmed that one anyway, because it's like we got delayed by construction and my head was hurting. I hate when he smiles though. Just his stupid face. Like when he smiles.
He's such a creep.
Yeah, he looks like he's dead. Like there's no thoughts going through this head at any time. But I was still particularly mean. It's pretty hard to tell like when you're seeing his ass or his face sometimes. They're so similar. I know people can be bad actors, but holy shit, it's like this guy has never talked to a human in his life. And then I watched this one and I kind of remembered why I was so angry.
We're different. No, I'm different. I don't have what you have.
He really tests your patience with these.
Every movie, it's like every minute is like 10 times as long. It just feels like an eternity to get to the ending. This time, we watched his most recent feature, Twisted Pair. Phelan.
I never had a beard. I never had a beard.
I never had a beard.
What? What are you talking
I've
about?
never had a beard.
My twin does. Maybe that has something to do with it, but I can't think of that on my own.
Lens flares.
Whoa! Bad screening. Oh, stock footage. Boom!
I ask this every time, and I feel like it's always an impossible task, but more so with a Neil Breen film. Phelan, can you summarize in one or two sentences what Twisted Pair is about?
Artificial intelligence. Twins that are cyborgs because of aliens, maybe? He works at an agency and helps random stock footage. Evil twin. Cyber terrorism or cyber war? Evil painting man?
Love story.
Love story. Betrayal. Purple forest ET. We're out. It's not as big of a disaster as I thought it would be. That's a pretty good summary, I think, of Twisted Pair. Yeah, if you've seen any Neil Breen movies or our review of Fateful Findings, you'll notice there's a theme in Neil Breen movies, which is vague corruption of the corrupt sort. Corrupta and corrupty corruptors.
And discovered corporate and government cheating, lying, corruption.
Programmable virtual reality. The corrupt version.
Some sort of government agencies, the attorneys, the bankers, everyone's in on this corruption.
Even the bank.
I resign today as president of the bank.
I now resign as
president of the bank.
President of the bank. I will give Twisted Pair this. It felt like it had a little bit more of a coherent story than Fateful Findings to me.
Yeah, that's not to say much.
Damning with faint praise, isn't it? Like, not to take that much to be more coherent.
The best part of this one, though, is like there's a random fairy who hangs out with the evil painting man and then watches a Neil Breen movie for 2 seconds and then disappears and her shoes are left behind and you go, what was that?
I cannot stress enough how in a movie full of nonsense, that seems the most nonsensical element, that the villain has some sort of fairy lady that in the credits it says she's a muse, and then she's watching like an old Neil Breen movie or something. I guess this is to say that they're all connected in some way. Like this is a shared universe. There are many Neil Breens in this universe.
Sure. He watches his own movies in this universe. Like in all of his universes, he watches his other movies.
Oh, okay. So this one, as near as I can tell, there are two twins, Cade and Kale. One of them's named Kale.
Kale. The evil one is Kale.
The evil twin is Kale.
My name is Cade. I have an identical twin brother, Kale.
Do you know Kale?
I still think of my brother, Kale. I knew it was you. Kale.
Cade is pretty stupid too, but it seems less stupid when you compare it to Kale. Who names their kids this? They're like Cade and Kale, because they're normal ass kids before they're whatever they are and the rest of this.
They're turned into cyborgs maybe by aliens, question mark? It's so, like, vague.
When they're kids, they're on the beach, and then they're abducted by the Force. The Force is with them!
Force had taken us. The Force.
And it changes their DNA and cells.
We were subjected to reprogramming of our DNA and cells.
Gives them, fantastical powers of sorts.
Making us more humanoid with superior powers.
They're given different missions.
We were given missions by the superior entity.
But the evil one, he's doing evil with his powers, and the Force is like, I'm into this, so takes his powers away, sends it back. At some point, the good one comes to Earth and then becomes part cyborg.
I was approaching a robotic, humanoid state.
And then his brother materializes by him, and he's supposed to be in the background, but this isn't done very well. So it just looks like he's here with Mini-Me. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, he discovers special effects, extra special effects in this one, because he did it in the other ones. The one we watched, Fateful Findings, was 2013, and this was last year, this one. So he got better stock footage. He learned how to mask things. Sometimes. The best one's when he's walking in that crowd shot, and I was about to give him credit, like, I'm like, oh, he kind of masked it, then, like, at the very end, he gave up and just walked in front of the people in the front.
Yeah, like, foreground people, whatever, I'm in front of them, who cares?
It's his powers, that's what it was.
Yeah,
his powers
it's the powers, absolutely.
Yeah.
Where do you think he came up with the name of the Force? Star Trek?
Yeah, Star Trek. He's very influenced by other sci-fi in this one.
I'll be right here.
Why did he choose to end it the way he did, do you think?
I don't know. There could have been so many things he watched that gave him that line and a lens flare finger.
Why did he choose to end on an homage to E.T.? He's like, E.T., artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence.
Yeah. E.T. My boy.
E.T.
Shout out to my boy E.T.
E.T. Telephone home.
E.T., if you're looking for another gig, give me a call.
Maybe E.T. is his true brother. That's why Neil Breen is the way he is.
Would explain a lot, I suppose.
That was the last line of the movie. I was like, oh, please let that be the last line. Just give me this one thing.
Then we end on that same Universal-ish looking shot.
Yeah, it starts doing the Universal thing, but then it just, like Neil Breen Productions, baby. LLC. Yeah, he has a bunch of fake companies that are all starting with N and B as like a cute little wink and nod. He did that in Fateful Findings too, and like, it's weird because he seems like someone who either doesn't understand or doesn't like humor.
I don't need special forces. I am the weapon. I don't need to carry a weapon. I am the weapon.
He does that, but then the rest of it's just dead serious.
One joke where they go to that restaurant and he goes, "This is the best place ever. The service is exquisite."
It's just friggin' invisible!
It was like almost a joke. Like, he seemed the most human in that moment. But
besides
the timing...
the fact he's just taking her to a restaurant after it's closed and acting like that's a good idea.
He just filmed everything like super late at night except for the green screen stuff. Yeah, it was almost something, but then like the timing, like everything in the movie, it's just like it takes forever to get to the punchline.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just like, what is he doing?
Yeah.
What?
You let it go. or it was taken from me.
Confusion is the main theme of the movie, I think.
So he's working for the James Bond agency.
Yeah, agency. Like, we don't... This is the problem with all his movies. It's like, he never breaks the surface of anything. He just talks about things and then acts like it's deep. He's like, cyber war. I work for the agency.
We have evidence of the largest cyber and terror attacks ever planned.
Homeland Security is ready.
Programmable matter.
We will all be connected telepathically.
Special agencies are prepared.
There's also some detectives involved.
Detectives.
He doesn't even bother naming the head of the agency. She's just the agency head or whatever.
Yeah, agency leader.
Well done. I'll see you back at headquarters.
I think his most
she-
impressive casting, though, was Astro Eagle as Eagle.
Is that the name of the stock footage eagle he
Yeah.
puts himself on? It was like he was supposed to be petting the eagle, but he didn't.
That's
he
the
didn't,
log it's
yeah.
like eating out of or something.
He's like, this looks bad. If I put it up a little, maybe I'll just lower it. So I'm like caressing this log
Well,
for some reason.
It's probably just because if he raised himself anymore, he didn't film anything below there, so he'd just be a floating torso. Maybe even for him that'd be too much. I don't
It's too
know.
much. He's like, this looks stupid. He doesn't know how to change the background whenever he goes back and forth between
No.
people talking either.
That's so bad. It's like, I wouldn't even do that in 2006 when I was making Mortal Comedy. Like, and he does other things like that I wouldn't even do back then, like a lens flare effect, and then he doesn't like have it disappear in any kind of natural
Doesn't
way.
fade.
Yeah, it cuts.
He opens doors with his lens flare.
Yeah.
But I mean, this was like a real feast for the eyes, Phelan. I was very impressed when he suddenly like jumped onto different railings for no reason, and he turned into like Mario and he dies.
Oh. He had no idea how to film himself interacting with another version of himself. So it's just like one version of him, the one that's not talking, is just a freeze frame still while he's like... And then, like, for some reason he slows down him, like, putting his hand on his other version's shoulder. So it's like...
Yeah, he's all jittery when he comes up to do that. It seems like it was an accident, like he was just pointing at something directed, and he's like, wait, if I kind of angle it this way, it's like I'm touching my own shoulder, so I'm going to use this shot several times and flipped over because it looks so
It
good.
was so good. Reuse that shit.
Who am I? What am I? What's happened to us?
He discovered the digital effects, like more digital effects, I should say, in this one. But also, he discovered practical effects, because he had a collection of fake mustaches and a fake beard, and he was gonna use them. I shouldn't assume it's a fake beard. It's possible he filmed all that stuff with a real beard and then shaved it.
He taught us how to show true affection.
Yeah, I feel so bad for all the women that have to act with him because, like, they all seem like they're being held captive. like they're like, please pay the ransom money and release me from this movie. Except for the agency leader. I think she was like his mom or someone related to him, and she was just like, oh, you're making a movie, okay, I'll say the lines.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for him. Well, dispose of the body.
She was one of them. I feel sorry for him. Have somebody go over and remove the body. Oh, that's right, you're special. You're a special kind, where you don't need vacation. He's here to change the world, and he's just the one that can do it. Glad he's on our side.
We also learned that Neil Breen loves shots that start low and then go up. He does this several times. There's one where it's on the screen too. And so it's like behind, his fake building backdrop, and then it just starts getting jerky at the end, like they move and then the background moves. She's like, why didn't you cut the shot before that happened? We didn't even need to see any more of this shot.
Here's what I think happened. I think he was looking through stock footage that he bought to see what he can piece a movie around.
Mm-hmm.
And he found one particular shot of someone in a hoodie in a hallway somewhere. And he's like, I really like that panning up shot. I'm going to use this and use that technique. And I'm going to dress the one character who is also me in this hoodie so I can match it with these shots and pretend that that's him.
But it had nothing to do with the story, so it wasn't even pivotal. But he based a bunch of it around one piece of stock footage.
I don't...
I miss my brother. I miss him. I miss what I never knew. I miss what I never knew. I miss Cade.
This movie is called Twisted Pair, but, this has nothing to do with the twins at all. The twins never factor into anything.
No, but,
you would
barely.
forget this is a movie about twins.
They say they miss each other randomly during parts, and then they have a couple of interactions which are awkward. And then and then he goes on and keeps working for the agency without ever really mentioning his brother until he comes up again.
Much like Kale in real life, there's a lot of talk about it, a lot of hype, big letdown.
Yeah.
What was the point of Kale? He's okay, so they're, I guess, they're showing the divergent past that they have, Cade is he has this love story and he's with this agency and he's a good guy trying to take down Couscous or whatever the fuck.
Mr. Coos.
He helps the stock footage of soldiers. He's like, stay behind me, I'll protect you. And then it seems like they're dead.
How many times people just freeze frame like they're supposed to be standing still?
Wait. Let me go first. I'll protect you.
So he's doing all of these good guy things or whatever, and then Kale is he's just a druggie with a beard who's got this druggie girlfriend. He's also got these guys in a basement.
He goes and kidnaps 3, I don't know, politicians, bankers, something or other. And
one's an attorney. He tells him he's going to sue him if he doesn't let him out of this torture chamber.
I'm an attorney, and I'm going to see that you are put in jail for the rest of your life.
I don't give a shit. This is my form of justice.
He's like, tell me your crimes. And they're like, oh, we did one of each.
The stolen cars.
Yeah, we did this.
All the politicians we've been paying off.
Oh yeah, we stole government secrets too.
Yeah, we've even sold military secrets.
That was a pretty fucking busy attorney.
The illegal guns.
Don't forget the drugs.
The illegal drugs.
The assassinations.
The CEOs we had assassinated. Human trafficking.
We definitely did
all
that
those
one.
Corrupt deals we made.
Millions embezzled from charities.
Oh yeah, I forgot that one too. Thanks for reminding me, buddy.
The insurance scams we run.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna shoot you in the shoulder really cleanly.
Yeah, he goes, don't worry, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm gonna shoot you in the soldier and let you rot here.
What? Why is any of this happening? And they keep cutting to it like this is gonna come to a head sometime.
Yeah,
he's gotta confront his brother you can't, there's ways of doing this, you can't just do your own thing, even though he's kind of doing his own thing, but it's just he's told by the agency to do it, so it's fine.
I love when he's inserted himself into the stock footage where they're doing touching touch screens that are translucent.
He was programming his own artificial brain?
Yeah, and it's he's used either a crappy Luma key or a transfer mode that just gets rid of the black. So it's everything else is semi-translucent and he's there oh, I'm a part of this. I look the same as you guys, don't I? He's coming in. Hello, fellow stock footage. I am one of you, right?
People are gonna be talking about this Chills is gonna bring this up, right? This stock footage is still scary regardless.
It might be real, we don't know.
We see some sort of melted creature come out next to the woman and she doesn't react. Some people say this is fake for a movie, but either way, it's unregrettable.
Chills is gonna be thrilled with this shout out.
Fuck, I hope the Chills fans don't find us. Top 15 YouTubers who have made fun of me. But before I get to the number one person who's made fun of me, if you want to see what I really look like, go to my MySpace page. That's where Neil Breen is. He's on MySpace.
MySpace, why did you do this? Why did you commit suicide?
Why?
Who's there? Who's there? Who are you? Who's there?
The twin is unregrettable in this movie. He has nothing to do with anything. Most of this is about Cusco. Emperor Cusco getting his new groove with the cyber and terror attack.
So you're interested in my special art and investing in my special projects.
He's digitally pitched down this guy's voice, and it's like almost incoherent at times.
Yeah, until his scenes, I thought this was just like the normal world, but there's like a secret government agency or whatever doing this, but everything else is normal. But then when he appears, it's like there's also magic stuff, and it's just kind of mundane, because there's like the deep voice man, and then the fairy's there, but they don't introduce this at all. Like, it's like, why is there a lady with these fairy wings?
Yeah.
Very slowly teleporting 4 feet. She could have walked in less time than it took to fade into the background to be where he was.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know if this winged muse or fairy or whatever it is, like, it's working with the evil art man, maybe, but
it's like his assistant.
Yeah.
But she doesn't do anything.
No, she doesn't do anything. And like Neil Breen walks in and like he sees she's magic, like sparkle deedly doos are all around her, and he's like, anyway, I'm here to talk to you, art man, with your glass beads.
He's got a bunch of glass in a bowl that seems
fake
to be
diamonds.
Is that what they were?
Yeah, they're fake diamonds.
Did they say they're diamonds? Did it have to do with anything?
I don't think they ever named them, but that's what they were. They're like little fake diamonds, which are glass or plastic.
I don't know what it had to do with anything. The most confusing part is when the fairy lady is watching an old Neil Breen film and then disappears, and then those same diamonds are in her stilettos.
Yeah, that's for the sequel. He's gonna go around and try and fit that shoe on someone.
You know what it is? It's gonna disappear and then reappear into those kids' hands, and then they're gonna bury their fruity pebbles, and then it begins fateful findings. Yeah. It all connects eventually. Yeah. He even does sort of the same speech at the end, when he gives the anti-corruption speech.
So this time he's
the camera.
Like he wasn't talking to anyone in Fateful Findings either, but this time he's just in the middle of a purple forest talking to no one.
Yeah, they didn't even pretend it was some sort of like meeting.
Conference.
Yeah, conference.
He's having a press conference in the purple forest.
That's how he's staying. Yeah, all the like woodland creatures.
Yeah, that eagle, Astro Eagle himself was very interested. Oh yeah, I'm listening.
This guy comes here every week saying that he's some sort of cyborg alien twin.
Astro Eagle, my dearest friend, you need to know about the corruption with the corruptors.
I'm here. I'll be right here.
He kept saying, I am here, and I don't know if that's connected to his I Am Here Now movie that he did. I haven't seen it, so I can't confirm. All you Breen heads out there, is this a connection? Does this mean something?
He's a brainiac.
Yeah, brainiac. Any brainiacs out there? That's better than brainheads.
You know I can't talk about my work. I can't reveal secrets.
There's a love story going on. So Cade, there's a couple love stories. There's the druggy love story, and then there's the love story with Cade, where he's got the lady that he takes on a date, and he can't talk about his work. And they fool a homeless man and the audience into thinking they don't know each other.
And like half of the conversation during this part is like him thinking in his head too. So it's just like he's fooling himself as well. Like, what is this nonsense?
I apologize.
Leave me alone.
Let me make it up to you.
No.
I'll take you out to dinner.
Leave me alone. I have a boyfriend.
Let's have a drink. Let's have a drink.
Leave me alone.
Hey, that's the girl I met earlier. I'm gonna go follow her.
he runs into her and acts like a fucking creepo. Like,
Yeah.
He's like, oh, just go on one date. Let's go on one date.
Yeah. Meet me back here at 8. Make me back here at 8. Meet me back here at 8.
Which is totally unnecessary to keep up this ruse that they don't know each other. Like 2 seconds later, he comes over and he's like, it is 8 o'clock and she is not here. And the homeless guy,
what you gonna do?
What you gonna do? You tried. He walks away and then he's like, that is that woman from earlier. I will follow her.
Yeah.
And then goes into her apartment and we're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, it's filmed like he's gonna break in and rape her.
Yeah, and I kept thinking this had to do with the twin, like mistaken identity or something, which only plays into the one scene where I never had a beard.
Yeah, way later, like near the last quarter of the movie, I think that happens.
Yeah, they never use the fact he has a twin to like any advantage in the story or anything.
No.
They showed the twin sneaking around after he asked the girl on the date, so that's why I thought it was his twin attacking her, because you saw like the guy in black and then the bum kind of reacting to him, maybe?
Yeah.
He looked at him anyway.
Yeah.
And then like he breaks into her apartment and he attacks her. She attacks him with a painting.
Yeah, smashes him over the head.
And this like turns into some sort of foreplay for them.
You were supposed to meet me at 8. Bitch. Get over here. Bitch. Tell Mom I said hi.
You got it.
It's so confusing because it's like, this could be just the actions of a hero in his universe. I don't know.
And if it's some weird, like, foreplay thing, it's like they seem to just stop anyway.
Yeah.
It's like we're not actually gonna do anything. We're just LOL anyway. When you're talking to your mother later, like, what?
I don't know.
Bitch.
But it's like he can't bother to have a voiceover that says like, oh, that's just the way we fool around or something. He's just like,
It's just
AI, artificial intelligence. Like he can tell us that again means nothing.
Synthetic brain power. A deep learning neural network. AI. The singularity in AI, fright and interest are not far from each other.
He finds out that the lady is working for the bad guys via like a phone call that is just one line. She's one of them.
She sees him hugging his evil brother's, I don't know, ex-girlfriend maybe
Yeah,
at
he
this
broke
point.
up with her because she wanted just the drugs and the money. She wasn't interested in the abuse.
beard.
In the beard, yeah.
In the beard.
Yeah, well, he spends all his time straightening his beard. It's really weird.
There's a great hit. He like hits her and goes,
Yeah, he misses her the first time,
Yeah.
so like they try it again.
but like she still acts like she got hit, so
Yeah.
it's like,
Oh my god.
These are yours, bitch.
and then she kind of slides off their blanket for it.
Other than the drugs and the money, they had a great relationship, and she threw it all away.
But it's also played like normal Neil Breen normal. Massive sarcasm quotes around that. The good one. His girlfriend is like jealous, like she thinks he's having an affair or something, but
Yeah,
then
he sees them. She sees them hugging, and then thinks something's going on, and then it's like, did she betray him because of that, or?
yeah, but then it's like, no, she was apparently always working with evil art, man.
Yeah.
So that really had nothing to do with anything.
No, they meet up after having a montage of their greatest hits.
And then green screen themselves walking into the darkness, but they don't change. They don't get darker, so it's just like, look at how bright we are in this darkness.
Yeah, she takes out a gun while he's looking away. He pulls out the gun like he's gonna sneak up. Yeah, cat-like reflexes.
There's several times in this, like, if he wasn't Magic Superman, he would be dead so quick. Like, he's sneaking around in the bad guy's lair, and there's a bunch of them sitting in chairs with VR headsets on, so apparently they're comatose.
Yeah, and no one heard any of the many explosions happening around him for no reason.
Sneakers as he sneaks.
His stealth sneakers might be the greatest actor in the movie. They pull the gun on each other, and then they shoot each other. But he can't die because he's an alien
because
robot.
He's Neil Breen, and in one of his movies, he's always some kind of Superman.
And then he meets up with her in Avatar Land, and then they act like it was like a true love anyway. Like, I'll always remember you.
Yeah.
I'll always love you.
Yeah, it's like, why did she appear
Brainiac.
in Brainiac? Why was she able to appear in Purple Forest? I don't know. Is this an alien place?
I don't know what. Well, I think it's supposed to be where he meets with the Force, because he meets up with the head that looks like that comic with the vegetal jokes.
I don't know what that is, so okay.
I'll cut to it in the video. It's gonna be really funny.
It's that, Phelan.
It's really funny. Wasn't there like a head like that in that commercial that used to play that you would see on like YTV or whatever?
Oh yeah, and it's like the We Are the Butterfly thing.
Yeah. This, you know what? This felt like this movie felt like that.
Yeah.
It was that stretched to an hour and a half.
Dream of
yeah.
a thing.
Something you would see at 2 a.m. Like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me peace of mind.
What have we forgotten? I'm sure there's a lot. There was a butt. There was butts.
Someone got their butt out for Breen. Butts for Breen.
Anytime a woman has to act romantic with him or get naked or whatever, like, I'm just thinking, like, I feel like it's probably very sweaty and smelly when they're shooting. Like, it just feels gross.
You're the one being meaner.
So Phelan, you ready to answer conspiracies?
Tell me it's not true.
I don't know. I've not been in his presence.
I put this movie on my to-watch list, as in Neil Breen on a watch list.
Yeah.
Phelan, do you want to talk about anything else? What else happened?
What a nothing. A lot of stock footage, a lot of him making himself jump up. We didn't talk about Spider Breen yet.
I did bring up Spider Breen briefly, but what else about Spider Breen?
We just need to sing Spider Breen. Spider Breen, Spider Breen does whatever he does.
He jumps up on railings while explosions happen.
Can he integrate himself coherently? No, he can't. He's Neil Breen. It looks like shit.
Here comes the Spider Breen. We're gonna get copyright strike for that because it's so close to the original song. Yeah, I love that there's no reason for him to jump up on these railings anyway, when he could have just gone in a straight line. But then, like, as soon as he gets up there, like, a leisurely pace as these explosions are happening.
It's just overlaid explosions, and, like, you can see nothing exploded, too, as they're fading away.
And he goes back to the building the next night, because he comes and he's like, I'm gonna end this cyber terrorist attack once and for all.
I've got to stop the Ku's Empire's planned cyber war. I need to end the Ku's empire now. Taking out these pipelines is critical to stopping them. It's time to end his global plans. This is the end for you, Kus. I'm ending this.
But oh no, they slowly faded out, so I guess I'm gonna have to come back. He comes back the next day, and nothing, like, everything's fine. I don't know if he even really got him. They don't really have a conclusion to that. He just, like, he shoots his girlfriend, and she shoots him, and they go to heaven, and then they threaten us with a sequel at the end. I love that he took the time to figure out how to add shadows to people on a green screen, which some people don't.
Good.
Yeah, well, it wasn't perfect, admittedly, but a lot of people wouldn't think about that if they're being kind of amateur about it. But he thought to do that.
He didn't think that shadows shouldn't be in front of his feet.
Yeah, it didn't quite track with him.
Start overlapping with each other and make a weird, like, dark thing in the center of the two shadows. Like, that's not quite how they look.
Phelan, there's an explosion! I'm glad you added a sound effect. I don't have to actually, like, add anything now.
No explosion noise needed.
Justice is served.
Alright, Phelan, do you have anything else to add about the story here?
It's a chore. This movie is like an hour 20 8
Hour
or something,
28,
right?
yeah.
And it feels like it's over 2 hours.
It really did. We thought it was near the end, an hour in, and then we're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What else do they have to do?
You're a traitor! You're a traitor! You betrayed us! You betrayed us! You betrayed me! You betrayed us.
Neil Breen movies, now that I've seen two, here's my overall feeling here. They're movies you're going to want to see just one time if you're into these kinds of so bad it's good films. But the first time, it'll be an all-timer. Mm-hmm. You'll remember it. This will haunt your dreams. I would recommend this if people like so bad it's good movies, but don't introduce someone to the concept with this because it makes you work for it.
And there's long periods of you're just like, why am I seeing this? Like a bunch of just establishing stock footage shots which go nowhere. He just shows it because he has it.
Yeah. This one I felt like was a little more comprehensible than Fateful Findings, but it's kind of a toss-up, like if you recommend one over the other.
It's kind of like the plot just dies at the end, and then it's just like we're cutting behind between a bunch of things that barely connect.
Yeah, like there was a theme or something that we were supposed to know about.
We're done. We're done. We're done.
Don't go into this without knowing what you're doing. This is for experts only. This is expert level.
And
so
we'll be right here.
The end.